Hello, welcome. I would like to demonstrate how easy it is to use the Apache Solr uh, attachments um, in Drupal. This is basically used to be able to index rich text format documents directly into Solr from Drupal, right? So basically, what I have, I'm just gonna start up. What I have here is my default Drupal installation. This is a Drupal 7.3, I think. Anyway, it's just a generic just a generic Drupal installation. So what I did was I went ahead and created my Drupal collection, my Drupal index in opensolr, right? So basically, I go into my account right now, and I'm gonna go to the control panel, and as I see, I'm in my index manager right now. And all I have to do is just add an index. For this, I will select my server preference. This is the nearest server to me. And now I'm gonna select the Drupal 7 collection template. This is already set up. Of course, you can use the generic collection, whatever, but this is already set up to work with Tika, with Drupal, with the Drupal solr config and all the other configuration file template, right? Just gonna give it a name, opensolr Drupal. Okay, and click save here. All right, and now I'm going to return to the collection list. Here we go. So we have our collection already set up. We don't have to do anything to it. Now, in order to understand how this works, how the extraction library works in Solr and in Drupal, we're going to have to understand how the Drupal Solr attachment module works. So what I did was I went ahead and downloaded this module from the Drupal community. Of course, this is dependent on the Apache Solr search integration, which I also downloaded this one. Now, an important thing to know is what worked for me was the development release, right? So I downloaded the 7 the version 7 of Apache Solr search, and then Apache Solr attachments version 7 from the development release, right? So both of them I mean, it might work with the normal version, but as you can see here, the Solr attachments will work with the RC2 or dev version. All right, so I went ahead and downloaded the dev version for both of them. Okay, so basically right now we have our Drupal setup. This is just, like I said, a normal Drupal setup. And when I go to the configuration, first of all, what I have to do is, well, basically in the modules, I'm going to have to enable all of these modules in the search toolkit, the Apache Solr Access Framework Search and the attachments, right? This is the attachments module that is dependent on the Solr Access, the Solr framework, actually. All right, so now that I have all of these modules enabled here, all I have to do is just go to configuration and click on Apache Solr Search. Well, first of all, you're going to go into the search settings and select that you want to use the Apache Solr Search for active search module, and the default should be Apache Solr Search, right? So basically this is what I did here. And then I went on into the Apache Solr Search configuration, and I went to the settings, and I added my server. Now, normally if you do not have your server, this is going to be your if you do not have this one set up, this is going to be your default page here in the Apache Solr Search settings page, right? So if you go into advanced configuration, you can just, make some kind of configurations around here. And this is where I set up my Solr server URL, which is provided by opensolr right here. So I just copy and paste this one over here, and I give it a name. This is the opensolr server, and I need read and write on this one. This is important because basically you can Drupal gives you the opportunity to only read into to read from a replica and to write into the master, right? This is pretty much what how a normal environment and resilient environment would work, right? So I didn't go through the replication right now. We can do that as well, but I'm not. This is not the point of this this tutorial here. So basically, we read and we write into the same Solr server, right? So we commit the changes, right? Now we can also commit the changes to memory, but I would not recommend this. because it's also better for the memory usage to not do this and just do a hard commit. Not very often, but you need to do a hard commit. Okay, so we test the connection, we figure the connection is okay, and then you can just save. Okay, and now you go into the default index. Now as you see, we have 0 items indexed. If we go on, we click on browse data here, we're gonna see the index is empty. So now let's try to index some content. To do that, we just created a content type. I edited the content type article, the default one that gets bundled with Drupal, and I managed the fields here. So I added the PDF attachment file. Well, this is not really going to be called PDF attachment; it's just going to be called attachment because it also allows us to upload PDF, doc, docx. I could do an XLS in here or whatever. I don't have an XLS file example right here, but just we could look for one, and just to, for the sake of it, just I don't know. We don't, if you have an XLS file, just XL anything, just you can upload it in your content afterwards. So now you would just save the settings and its attachment, and then you go into content, and as you can see, I already have 2 articles added here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and remove these. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add new articles. Right, I'm just gonna add a couple of articles. This one is gonna be test PDF, and this is going to the solr index via the solr remote ticker configuration. Now, one very important thing to note is that whenever you create a Drupal collection, it does some things automatically. First of all, in the solr config.xml file, it will add the extract request handler, the extract/ticker. So we're just going to look for this. Okay, here we go. So this is very important. Now, regardless of what kind of collection type, index type you use when you create your opensolr index, it is important that you have this request handler defined in your solr config file, right? And even more important is this parameter here, extract only true, because you don't want to index the document as well. And then even more important thing is that you load the ticker library, right? The jar file, right? So basically you have to add these 2 things in your solr config file. So that's pretty much it, right? So, and then one other important thing is that you need to add the all access IP to the extract. Now this is done automatically if you create a Drupal collection, but if you don't, you're just going to have to remember to add the access to the /extract request handler, right? Alright, so now we continue adding the document, but first of all, let's just look at another configuration in here. Let's just go to configuration, and it is very important that we set up the Apache Solr search to use the remote solr server. You see here in the attachments, you have the excluded file extensions, and this is a very important thing. Unless you install Tika locally, you need to use the solr on the remote server. This is very important. Extraction will be faster using a local Tika, but of course, if you don't have access, in case of shared servers, application servers like Heroku or Acquia or whatever, you need to use the solr remote server. It's not going to be considerably slower. It's just going to be slower if you upload, if you send very large files to the server. And so then you save your configuration. This is just so that it works out of the box, right? In case if you test your Tika extraction and it's not going to work, but now this, successfully extracted. But the thing is, just in case it's not working, just ignore the message, because it is solr. It is using the remote server, and Drupal sometimes doesn't know how to properly test it out, right? So, but this is only in the case of attachments, and you should really note and make sure this is checked here. So now we go ahead with creating our article. We choose an image. Let's see, I'm gonna have a picture around here somewhere. Okay, yeah, just gonna upload myself in here. Right, and now in the attachment, we're just gonna go ahead with the times PDF. As you can see, it's a lot. It's a rich text format. It has a lot of text in it. And now we just click on the Save button. And what we want to do now is go back to configuration to the Apache Solr search in case we haven't already set up a cron job for indexing this. But now we're just going to key all the content for indexing, and now we're going to index all the keyed content. Right. So now we're going to see it's going to send two documents over to Solr. One of them is going to be the actual article, and the other one is going to be the PDF file. And if we go back here, which the index was empty, now we refresh. And we get two new items. We get the actual article here with a look on it, and then we have the second one, which is the PDF file, right? And we have the text all indexed, and everything seems to be in order, right? So if we grab some text from here, let's just remember some text in here. What is it? Warheads. Okay, so if we go back here and we click on the home button and we search for warheads, okay, we're gonna get the Times PDF back in the search results, right? It also has the spell check already enabled, and as you can see, it's right here, right? And if you click on this one, it's just gonna take you directly over to the file, right? That's hosted on your server, right? So how cool is that? You get to index the documents like this. Let's just, for the sake of argument, create another one. Sorry, drupal. Okay, so let's create another item here, article. Of course, you can test doc and sending doc to opensolr. Okay. Of course, what I want to say is you can really just okay. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Right. Just upload any random image, and now in the attachment you can use field collection, unlimited attachments, and stuff like that. So you can upload all of the files to the same field, so you don't have to add fields to the to different articles, right? To different items. So now we have this robocopy doc, which is this one, and we're just gonna upload this one. Okay, that's a Word document, and now we click Save. And there we have it. And now we do the exact same routine again. Go to Apache Solr search, key all the index, all the content for indexing, index all the keyed content. Okay, gonna send all the 4 elements to Solr right now, so that if we click on refresh here, we have the 4 indexed. The first 2 are going to be the actual articles. This is doc, robocopy doc, right? And the first one we have the Times, the first document we have the Times PDF, and then we have, if we move on, we have the robocopy doc, which is, this is the full content of the robocopy document, right? And so now if we remember some text from here, let's see, something that's, okay, process directory, housekeeping. Okay, if we search for housekeeping in Drupal right now, okay, you get the robocopy back. Okay, it found the housekeeping word over there, right? So now let's, if we search for something broader, like something that'll be found in most of the content of the files. Okay, well, still in robocopy. But anyway, you get the drill. So basically, if you search for anything, you're going to be able to find the whole, you're going to be able to find content which is contained within your documents or PDFs or whatnot, right? So this is basically how it works. I'm not sure if the Drupal community already has a way to batch upload a large number of files, because I'm not sure that's how it works, but basically, like I said, if you go into content and you actually go to structure in the content types, and instead of adding a normal field for the attachment here, which is a normal file field, if you add a field collection, I don't have it here because I don't have the field collection module installed, but you understand the point. So basically, you can add a limited number of files to the same article, so you don't have to create new articles for each file. So this is it. How cool is it that you can use this with just a few clicks? You don't have to do any other configuration to your Drupal opensolr collection. It's just already set up for you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoy opensolr, and please go ahead and contact us. You get the option to do that with Git support here, so just fill out this form with your suggestions and bug reports, and we're gonna be able to create more of these videos to answer all your questions. Thank you.